hey, say there's budget cuts and times are really hard, and you gotta, trim the fat. So this is my suggestion, and how I came to this conclusion is I had some honey supers and they needed some repairs. And so I put them in, and they drew that right through the wires and everything. They drew it, repaired it, all good. So I figured I came up with this, cut to the chase. And this is all stuff I got, wires that I got kicking around. And I just put the wires in there, waxed them up, filled in that channel there on both sides. And yeah, I'll put those, if I want worker comb, I'll put those in the middle of the brood nest only on a good honey flow and a good ambient temperature outside. Other than that, it's always best to keep your brood nest tight. Always good to keep your brood nest tight. But of course, to each his own. There is no wrong way to doing things. There's several different ways of doing things, and what may work for me may not work for other people. So it's all up to you. Another way you could go with this is you can make a paddle. You make a paddle for this here, puts it down, you dip it twice, put the wire across it, dip it another couple of times, and peel it off, put it into a frame. But it's going to be brittle, so you're not going to be able to just pop it in there. So you either put it in a new one or try to get that off. Try to get that off and then pop it back in. These are used frames, but they've been through a steamer to be sterilized. As I called out some old comb from last year, dead outs. Don't be afraid. That's another thing. Do not be afraid to call out old comb. You want your bees to be nice and healthy and as minimal diseases as possible. Control your diseases in your hive. So if it looks the slightest bit suspicious, yeah, don't be afraid to call out that comb. Like another thing too is when I'm culling out and they're plastic foundation, well, I recycle that plastic foundation, but I dip it for a week in bleach and detergent, and then I'll scrub it down, and then I will power wash it off. And then I'll slip that into either a new foundation or a used foundation that I've sterilized, put through my steamer. Well, those are my suggestions. I'm not debating which way is good or anything. I did do the method of using the fishing line. It didn't work for me, especially in my high-speed extractor. I had quite a few blowouts, so it didn't really work all that great for me. But if it works for you, hey, I'm not downing it. Like I said, there's not one wrong way. I'm not debating anything. These are just merely suggestions. Say we get, with all the, with what's going on in the economies these days. Thanks. Talk to you later.